Welcome in
That didn't sound
to
very
the
wrestling.
show after the show. Mike,
What's wrestling? What kind of wrestling music you want?
I don't know. Give me something else. Give me something wrestly.
I'm trying to think of
wrestling music. We welcome to the show after the show. We are the Fantasy Footballers. We just finished an episode, a trivia episode where Jason fell short.
Fell short. He was annihilated.
I was a point off.
Well, you didn't listen very much.
No, that's the problem.
That's my advantage, is I have the ability to listen. And I think if your listening was on par with me, you might have at least tied.
Well, there were certainly a couple questions I did not listen to.
So Mike's wearing his Deadpool shirt,
Yeah,
and you saw the movie,
I did.
and you enjoyed the movie.
I enjoyed it very much. It is not for children, and
That is correct.
so I have my daughter who is 6, and she's asking me about Deadpool.
Yeah.
And I can't remember how the conversation came up, but that turned into, she's like, well, I know more about Deadpool than Mom does. I'm like, well, Deadpool's not for kids.
Because of your shirts, hopefully, and no other reason.
Yeah, well, it's because I got my that's how it came. I did a loot crate, and it was Walking Dead and Deadpool. And so she saw the Deadpool figure that I got, and she was asking about it. And she's like, okay, well, when do I get to see Deadpool? I was like, it's gonna be a while.
2029.
It's gonna
Get ready
be
for that.
a while.
It's going to be a good day. So that was a distraction from the main event.
Yes.
The main event being,
That was the undercard.
we posted a Twitter poll about who would win in a professional wrestling match.
Last week, you and I
Make your
on
case.
the air said that it would be me.
Right, because of your jiu-jitsu prowess in the past.
Yeah, I would come in full gi. I'm wearing full gi, black belt. No, I'm not a black belt. I'm gonna wear the black belt. You darn right. I'm gonna come in and but Mike was not on the show. He could not defend himself.
Mm-hmm.
So we posted a Twitter poll. And Twitter says resoundingly like
That Mike would win.
Not even close.
What
What are
would
the
your-
results, Mike?
It was 63% in favor of me. Jason got 27%.
Wow.
And
Andy was
That's
also
disrespectful.
involved in the poll.
Andy was an option, but he got 10% of the vote.
Let's not make any jokes about I may make no claims that I would win a professional wrestling match. What would your professional wrestling name be?
Oh.
I mean, obviously, you're probably, like Haagen-Dazs?
I was thinking along the lines of double stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, it would certainly be food related. I mean, I'm I don't know, I'm the donut of destruction or something like that. What about you?
The beard of bravado?
Mike's I think the reason Mike won the poll is cuz he's already got the hitman.
Yeah, I think that factored into the results.
Yeah. I mean,
What if you were clean shaven? I mean, would you be is it the
It's-
random angry face? Listen, if you don't know this.
Resting angry face.
I always say random. I don't know.
Yeah.
Resting angry face. Mike is not a friendly, natural face to look at.
Yeah, I've
scary.
throughout my life, I've come into multiple circumstances where people thought
You hate them.
that I hate them. They Andy thought I was he's like, what is the
I
deal
said
with this
he looked
guy?
like kind of an angry guy.
And it's is a shock to me because if you combine my face with my sense of humor, which is very dry, very sarcastic, if you aren't in tune with my jokes, you will think that I'm probably saying something really, really mean.
Right.
But I don't mean it.
And despise life in the world.
See, that's the problem. All of our listeners don't know you enough to know how kind and gentle you are.
Oh, you're ruining my rep.
to know
here.
that I would destroy you in the ring.
All right.
Anyway, so my
Hey,
case,
30 seconds. Each of you make a case for 30 seconds.
well, my case for professional wrestling is that I am the most educated in the professional wrestling department. I consider myself and my friends a strong factor in the rise of a one Norman Smiley. Now, I guarantee that neither of you two have even heard of Norman Smiley.
Correct.
If you're out there, Foot Clan members, and you remember Norman Smiley from the WCW, who was a jobber, his only job was to come in and lose. And myself and my friends, we enjoyed him very much. We would bring signs because I've been to multiple
Ooh.
wrestling events.
Ooh.
Multiple.
Wow.
Raws, Nitros.
Now, one of the arguments for Jason was that he is the George Costanza of the wrestling match, and he would do dirty stuff, groin stuff, hair pulling.
Yes. Well,
we won't have a beard when we're done. That's for sure.
But with my education of professional wrestling, I know all the tricks.
Okay, so here's my 30-second defense.
Hey, he gets 30 seconds starting.
Well, my last question for you is, do you actually think you would be fighting me by myself?
Ooh, you just threw a wrench in there.
Because
now I
the
don't.
answer is no.
All right.
No.
Well, here's
my gang would come out.
All right. I think I just lost. I'm not winning against the gang.
Is that it?
You're thinking one-on-one, and then all of a sudden 3 guys from out of the ring or from the bottom of the ring, they come out with folding chairs.
I'm gonna have to bring a
3 lumberjacks come out and fight on behalf of Mike.
Crew.
All right.
Yeah.
Then here's what I would do.
I can see you. You got one of them big logger.
If you would be on my
and you
crew,
just whop it right.
if you would be on my crew and you would go to war with me against Mike and his team, I will happily put you on the double stuff team, and we will go at him. We will scalp his beard.
Scalp his beard?
Well, it's an upside-down scalp, and we will come out winners. So
we are a fantasy football show.
Oh, yeah.
So
fantasy wrestling.
All right. Well, hey, we got to
– You two guys,
if you have a fantasy question, too, you
there.
can –
Nice.
All right.
Don't forget the Chris Jones story. You've got one of your own that I didn't bring up that I'm remembering. So anyways, subscribe to the channel here on YouTube. Subscribe to the podcast. If you have a fantasy football question, we're answering those on Thursday. So send those in on thefantasyfootballers.com. We'll catch you then.